Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Okay, great. I see others are still not yet in the session, but because we no longer have much time, I wanted to talk to you through the assessments, the assignments that you guys are going to complete for the course. But I will wait maybe towards the end of the session when others have joined. Maybe I will be able to speak about it. But even if they do not join, I think we can still be able to talk about it. Then they will listen to the recording. So yesterday I requested you to go and find a video for chapter 6 so that you can listen to it. And today we were supposed to start on chapter 7, not on chapter 6. But I then thought maybe it's important to just look at chapter 6 in brief so that we can then move on to chapter 7, 8, 9, and 10. Because those chapters, they actually emanate from chapter 6. So chapter 6, basically, it is focusing on introduction to general management. Introduction to general management. And in this chapter, we are supposed to look at the introduction, then the role of management, definition of management, different levels and functional areas of management in business, then the skills that are needed at different managerial levels, then the role of managers. Then we will also look at the development of management theory, which is your assignment. I think it's on assignment 2 and assignment 3. Then that will be the end of the chapter. So it's important for us to understand that management in any organization, it is very important. And it is important for a number of reasons. It is important for a number of reasons. Part of those reasons include that management actually directs a business towards its goals. Now we're talking of management directing the business towards achieving its goals, but we must also understand that it is management also that actually set those goals. So management basically provides direction in an organization. One, on what the organization seeks to achieve, then two, in ensuring that the organization achieves what it's set to achieve. Management also set and keep the operations of the business on a balanced course. Even if goals have been set, and then along the way we realize that we are not moving according to what we planned, things are not moving according to the plan. Management can still go back to the drawing board and see what is it that they can do to ensure that the business can still achieve its goals and the business remains on course. Management also keeps the organization in equilibrium with its environment. Yesterday we were talking about environmental change, variables in the business environment changing. It is also the duty of management, or management is also important because they ensure that the management, the business and its environment are actually always in agreement. The business does not suffer because of changes in the business environment. Management is also necessary to reach the goals of the organization at the highest possible level of productivity. Because it is possible to just say, no, in whatever case, we will still achieve the goals. But management have that duty to ensure that there is efficiency. We achieve those goals without wasting resources, without wasting time, without putting unnecessary effort, which may be costly to the organization. So management, the definition of management is that management is basically a process. It is a process that is followed by managers to accomplish the goals of the business or to accomplish the goals and objectives of the business. It is also a process of activities that is carried out to enable a business to accomplish its goals by employing the resources in an organization. So we ought to remember those resources that we spoke of even in chapter 1. Management, their role is to ensure that they make use of those resources to achieve the goals of the business. So there are management functions or management tasks. What is it that managers do? And this slide is very important because it forms a basis for the remaining chapters. Because in chapter 7, we will be looking at planning. In chapter 8, we will be looking at organizing. Chapter 9, we will be looking at leading. And chapter 10, we will be focusing on controlling. So it is important. I'm sure you've also noticed on the tutorial task that you guys completed. Some completed, some haven't yet completed. You would have realized, I think there was a question on these management functions. So we are saying in terms of activities, management decide what should be done. So that process of deciding what should be done in an organization, it involves setting the vision, the mission statement, the long-term goals, the short-term goals. That process is basically planning. So they plan what should be done by the organization, what is it that the organization seeks to achieve. So they decide what should be done. So that is planning. So that will be our chapter 7. Then the other task or the other activity also that management does is that they decide how it should be done. How should it be done? So now that we know what we want to do, how should it be done? So that process entails organizing. That's organizing. When managers decide how whatever they want to do should be done. That's organizing, where they put all the resources in place. They put the people that ought to complete the tasks in place. Then they decide what should be done first before other tasks. That is organizing. Then management also say how and when it should be done. So they also provide sort of direction. They also provide leadership. So that process is leading, and we will speak more on leadership in chapter 9. Then it is also the duty of managers to ascertain whether what they wanted to achieve, they've actually achieved it. What they've put in paper to say this is what we want to achieve, does it look exactly the same with what transpires on the ground? If there are differences, they have to come up with ways to address those differences. But if they look the same, then it means everything is going according to plan. So that process is controlling. So those are the 4 main management tasks that we will focus on for purposes of this course. Then we move on. Please, if there's anyone with a question, you are free to stop me or interject whilst I'm speaking so that I can give you an opportunity to speak. There are also different levels of management. So in your notes, you are saying managers are found at different levels of a business hierarchy, and each manager is in charge of a number of managers who are also in charge of a number of subordinates. This you will understand more when we look at organizing. There is already a chapter that was recorded for you on that one. A business has different types of managers, each responsible for the management of specialized group of a specialized group of activities. So in terms of levels of management, basically we have different levels of management. In an organization, we can have top level managers who are in most cases referred to as strategic managers, who are responsible for setting long-term goals of the organization, such as the vision, the mission, and the long-term goals. Then we also have functional managers who are responsible for various functions, like you may have a manager responsible for finance, for marketing, for human resources. So those managers, they are also referred to as middle level managers or tactical managers. Then at the very bottom, we have operational managers who are responsible for day-to-day operations of the business. So operational managers, they set what are known as operational goals that have to do with the day-to-day operations of the business. Then middle level managers, they set what are known as tactical goals or mid-term goals. Then your strategic managers or your top level managers, they set those strategic goals that speak for the whole organization. So this slide basically speaks, you also have it in the notes that were provided. It basically speaks to what I was saying. What is it? How do we define the top management or describe them? How do we describe middle level management? And how do we describe lower management? Also examples, and we will also look at the nature of the goals that they set. Here we look at the functional areas of management, various functions that we have. So middle level managers, normally they are responsible for managing functions in the organization. So these include examples such as those that I gave: marketing, financial management, operational management, human resources management, purchasing and supply management, and so forth. Functional areas of management are basically, these are specialized managers that are necessary for different functions of the business. So they are middle level management. They are only responsible for specified management activities of their functions or of their department. So they also carry out all the management tasks. They plan, organize, lead, and control, but in their own functions. The number and importance of these specialized areas, they vary from one business to another. So you may actually walk into other businesses. For example, small businesses, they may not have all the functions. Some of those functions, they may be performed by one or two managers. So it is important to realize that there is only one organizational function, which is general management. That is the function that is universally encountered and plays definite part in every organization. So even those organizations that do not have other middle level managers, there is always that level of management, which is the top level management. There are always people who are responsible for general management or for top level management or for strategic management in every organization. So we can debate to say, no, in other organizations, the people who do marketing are the very same people who do human resources management. That may vary from one business to another. But when it comes to general management or to top level management, there are always people who are responsible for that. So, coming back to general management. General management, to make it simple for all of us, we're talking of top level management. We're talking of strategic management, where managers focus on the whole organization, not on one function, not on one department. So it is important that every organization have people who are responsible for general management, because it integrates all other functions of management. It ensures that all other managers are working to achieve the long-term goals of the organization. I'm sure you know that there are certain organizations where you would identify that this particular function is working pretty much well, the other function is working pretty much well, but there are 3 or 4 other functions that are not working very well. And because the other functions are not working very well, it affects the performance of the organization as a whole. So now we need general managers, or we need general management level, top level managers to be active, to be effective, so that they will be able to integrate all the other functions of management. In general management deals with activities of top management. I think you may have picked it as I was talking, that general management basically relates to activities of top managers or top management level. The overriding function that controls management process and general principles of management applied by top management is often referred to as what? General management. Then these are the skills that are needed for sound management. For managers, basically you need those skills, conceptual skills to basically to have that conceptualization, skills so that you will be able to conceptualize issues in the organization that you are operating in or that you are actually managing. So you need that basic understanding of issues. Then the other skill that is also important are interpersonal skills to relate with other people. There are people who are very good at relating with other people. There are other people who think that they are passive recipients of information. They don't want to relate with other people. They don't want to share information with other people. But we're saying, if you are a manager, you need to have interpersonal skills. You need to have those skills to be able to relate with other people. Then there are also technical skills. These are skills for practical application of your, be it knowledge, be it skills, be it experience, the ability to actually do something as a person. So this particular slide, what it shows is that there are different skills that are needed at different managerial levels. So top management, basically, these are people that deal with the management of the entire organization. They need to have a basic understanding of the whole organization, what happens in every function, what happens in every department. So the skills that they need more are actually conceptual skills. They are not very involved in day-to-day operations of the business. So for that reason, they do not need too much technical skills. Actually, what they need more are conceptual skills. So that's why you see the part for technical skills is very small, but the part for conceptual skills is the one that is large. However, when it comes to interpersonal skills, I think you should pick it now on this slide that all levels of management, including the employees or the floor workers, they all need interpersonal skills. Everyone needs interpersonal skills. You need to have the ability to relate with other people, the ability to interact, relate with other people. So you need those interpersonal skills. Then middle level managers, they need to be in a position to actually demonstrate to lower level managers what ought to be done. So they need technical skills. When it comes to conceptual skills, they also need conceptual skills because these are responsible also for translating the vision of the organization, the mission of the organization, and the long-term objectives of the organization into the tactical goals or objectives. So they need to have conceptual skills. They also need to have technical skills, because you can't lead a function that you know nothing about. Then lower level managers, these do not really need too much conceptual skills. The reason being, they already know, or they are already told what ought to be done. So all they need to do is to just break down those tactical goals into operational goals, into day-to-day tasks that they will then complete. However, they need more of technical skills, because these are the people that will actually do the tasks, that will practically do the tasks. Then coming to the workers, they need very little conceptual skills, but they need more of technical skills. The roles of managers, we are saying a manager performs certain functions, meets certain needs, and assumes certain responsibility for the organization. Then there is a theory that says managers fulfill 10 different roles. So when you read this chapter and when you listen to the video for this chapter, you understand those roles. And those roles can be placed in the 3 overlapping groups, where we have the interpersonal role, information role, and decision-making role. So these are the 10 roles that we have, and they are already put for you in the notes to say these roles belong to this particular role. They still explain the roles. Then the development of management theory. I'm not going to look at this with you because it is your assignment. But what I can just say is that many theories about how to improve performance in organizations have been developed. And we cannot ignore the contribution of theories that were developed by others in the past. There are 2 main schools of thought that are used to classify management theory. We have the contemporary approach and the classical approach. I know there is one of your assignments where you will unpack this for us. I wish we could remove them from the notes so that they wouldn't assist you. So far, this is chapter 6. In chapter 7, as I said, we'll be planning. Chapter 8, we'll be organizing. Chapter 9, we'll be leading. In chapter 10, we'll be controlling. I have done videos for chapter 7, chapter 8, chapter 9, and chapter 10, and I have placed them on Blackboard. Those I can also make them available for you. If you want, I tried posting them on WhatsApp. They couldn't send. So maybe I can send you a link. I can create a link so that you can access them and download them for yourself, even on YouTube. Because of our time, we have today and tomorrow now left for the block session. So I'm not sure if it will be acceptable for you guys to then listen to the videos for chapter 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you have questions, I can still be able to answer those and to address those. Because even after the block session, we are not closing the WhatsApp group. We will continue interacting until you complete the tasks and until the semester is over. Will that be fine with you? Are we still together? Hello?
Hello, Doc. We're still here. Yes, Doc, we're still here.
Okay, I want to hear what you think concerning what I have said.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, Doc.
Hello?
Yes. I think, Doc, we're still together. And I think the thing that you are saying to us, the WhatsApp group is still on. We can continue with the WhatsApp group, but I would like to ask, Doc, that if you can start from chapter 1, because it's difficult for me to get this document. If you can start to send that from chapter 1, not from chapter 7, I will be fine. Because the one that I downloaded is not the thing that you are presenting here. Maybe I downloaded the wrong document.
Which one did you download?
The chapter 1 is saying, Doc, the business world and the business management.
Yes,
It up until chapter 5 that is showing the test and my understanding. Otherwise, the corporate social responsibility. It ends there. I don't have another chapter. No.
So, did you download the notes or the videos?
The note, Doc.
Oh, no, I'm talking of the videos. The notes we did for chapter 1 to chapter 5.
Okay.
So for chapter 1 to chapter 5, I did the videos. Then I also compiled the notes that are in Word document. I think they are the ones that you are referring to.
So this chapter 1, the business world and the business management are the right documents.
Yes. So there is also a video for that chapter. I also did a video for that chapter. So I did videos for all the chapters in advance.
Okay, Doc. Up until chapter 5, that one of corporate social responsibility.
No, the videos I did up to chapter 10.
Okay.
So I will make available all the videos. Then the notes, the PowerPoint notes I did from I also posted from chapter 1 to chapter 10. Then we did a summary of the notes in detail for chapter 1 to chapter 5.
Okay.
So they are those ones are Word document notes that we have for chapter 1 to chapter 5. They are also very useful, but we didn't do them from chapter 6 to chapter 10.
Okay, Doc. Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay. Then others, what do you think? We will be able to listen to the videos. Then if you have questions, you can ask for planning, organizing, leading, and controlling.
Thank you, Doc. That's fine for you. We'll do that as long as you are available to assist when you're having problems. Thank you.
No, I will be very much available. So the other issue that we have to talk about, which made me realize that we do not have much time, is the issue of assessments. And I have to apologize. I just noted yesterday when I went through your assignment 1, not the ones that you submitted, but the question itself. I saw that there was the instructions were sort of conflicting. On the cover, it was saying answer all questions. Then in section B, it was saying answer 2 questions. So in section B, what was supposed to happen is that you were supposed to answer all the questions for assignment 1. So I will go through those that submitted, but I think it will also be easier. It may also be easier if maybe I look at the assignment 1 first. Then if I identify those that didn't complete it well, I may ask you to redo it. Or if you omitted the question, or if you know that you omitted the question, you can just start working on that particular question. But what I have done to make it easier for everyone, I have put all the assessments that you guys ought to complete in one folder. So there is a folder in the folder for block session students on Blackboard. I've also created a folder for assessments. So you will find your assignment 1. I've also added assignment 2 and 3. Do not be intimidated by assignment 2 and 3 because it's just an extension of your tutorial task, which you had already seen, and I'm sure you had already started working on it. But what you need to improve, to add on to it is just more content. Then you present it in essay format, because the tutorial you were not presenting it in essay format. But now the assignment 2 and 3, you will need to present it in essay format. You will also need to cite sources. You will be expected to reference. And in terms of referencing, I am not forcing you to use APA referencing style. You are free to choose between Harvard style or APA. So I'm not sure which one are you using in public administration. Is it Harvard? Is it APA? Hello? Okay, so whichever you use, if you choose to use Harvard style, be consistent with the Harvard style. If you choose to use APA referencing style, be consistent with using the APA referencing style. Don't mix those two referencing styles because it may end up being wrong. So there are 2 assignments that you will need to complete. Let me just see if I can be able to just go through them with you. Or unfortunately, we cannot share Word documents or PDF on this platform. So I will not be able to project it. But all the same, there are 3 assignments and 1 tutorial task that you guys ought to complete for me. About the date, The date that is displayed on the assignments is the 17th of September. But you can work on the assignments. We can always extend it for as long as it's reasonable. Yes, you can go on, Buyiswa.
The assignment, Doc, I just want to confirm if it's this one that is saying discuss the advantages and disadvantages of business. No, okay. Is that the text of the assignment? Section 1A and section B.
Let me quickly go to it so that I can see if we... Yes, it has 25 multiple choice questions. And section B, question 2A starts with the question that says, discuss the advantages and disadvantages of a business partnership. Yes. But now, I'm not sure which, the one that you have on section B, I think it was saying answer 2 questions. Is that so?
It is saying answer all questions in this section.
No, if it's saying answer all questions, then that's the one. You are answering all questions. So that is the correct one. That is assignment 1.
So you answer all 4 questions.
Yes. You are answering all 4 questions. Then there is another one that has been added, which is assignment 2 and 3. They are in one document. You also answer all questions.
That's section A. Section A is the multiple question.
Yes.
Multiple choice question.
Yes.
And section B, you answer all questions.
Yes.
Okay, Doc.
Then there is another one, which is assignment 2 and assignment 3. That one is a new one. It's now on Blackboard. I uploaded it yesterday.
Can I ask a question, Doc?
Yes.
Okay. I just want a clarity. I want to be sure if I'm correct with you.
Are you saying the first assignment we should redo it again as we did it in the first semester?
What I said yesterday is, if you feel that you didn't do it well, if you feel that you need to improve the one that you submitted, you can redo it. But if you feel that what you submitted is fine, then there is no need to redo it. You will only now need to do assignment 2 and 3 and the tutorial task if you had not yet done it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Can I ask something more?
Yes.
Looking at assignment 2 and 3, just for example, assignment 2 will say describe the various schools of thought in management, and then between brackets there will be 30. Is that, can one exhaust the thoughts of all the schools or just the one specified in the slide version?
You will need to describe the various, not one. You will need to describe more, but remember, this is describing, you're not explaining everything about the schools of thought. You just are describing the main aspects of the different schools of thought. So the same would also apply with the development of management theory. you will need to not to provide everything that is in the textbook, but you are supposed to just describe the main points. So if there are different levels of in the development of management theory, you need to give us the different theories and possibly their weaknesses. So it's not like you are copying everything as it is in the textbook. You are only giving us what is important. Are you answered?
Thank you, sir.
Oh,
Thank you,
okay.
Doctor.
Thank you so much. Any other question? There's someone who
Sorry,
asked.
Doc. In total.
Okay, Glenda, I will give you an opportunity to speak in a moment. Let me just raise this before I forget. There's someone who sent me an email yesterday requesting past exam papers for Business Management 1. And I had promised that I will send the past exam papers. But today, I was just browsing on Blackboard, and I realized that we have uploaded those past exam papers for early students and for BEC students, BEC evening class students. So outside that folder for block session students, if you browse some of the files that are outside there, which were uploaded for Alice and for BEC, you may still find the past exam papers. So I don't think I will need to download each and every one of them and send them to you, because they are not going to be of much help anyway. Remember, you are not going to write exams. But they are of benefit for your own learning and for your own understanding. So in your own time, please, you can download those past exam papers, go through them. But for my assessments, you are going to work with what I have given you. So those assignments, then you can also complete the Blackboard tests. I'm not sure if you are completing Blackboard tests in other courses. I'm not sure if you guys are able, if you are comfortable with Blackboard tests, or we just work with the assignments. Then if there is an end of semester test, I will then communicate and you write it. So what I wanted to bring to your understanding is that the past exam papers, they are available already on Blackboard, but I didn't put them in our folder for block session students. Glenda, you can go on.
Oh, thank you. So now I'm covered in my previous point, but now I have an interest in what you just mentioned on the Blackboard test. Can you just take through of how do they happen? Because I don't have an idea of how does the Blackboard test happen. Thank you.
Oh, okay. What was supposed to happen is that I think you were supposed to be trained on how to use Blackboard and then how to access the tests, how to write those tests. So how they happen is we have already put Blackboard tests on Blackboard. These are multiple choice questions. So there may be 25 questions. They appear randomly when you start the test. The test is timed. So you have a certain period of time that you have to write the test. Once that time lapses, the test closes and you get your mark. So it's automatically marked. If you make a mistake there, the mark is automatically generated. So that's how Blackboard tests work. So I think for purposes of this course, there are a number of Blackboard tests that you guys ought to complete. But in the past years, since I taught in BEC, we never used Blackboard tests with BEC students because they always gave us problems. The Blackboard tests, not the students. So we ended up making use of our assignments and tests instead of those blackboard tests. But I think for your own experience, for your own learning, it's something that you can also go through. You can just open them, try to answer them. They are also presented in chapters, so you need to have studied that chapter before you attempt to complete a blackboard test. Because the challenge is, if you fail it, and then you pass the assignments and the tutorial tasks, it will send a different message. So you will need to really study before you attempt it. But I think for purposes of this course for block session students, I may not be using blackboard tests because we don't have that time to use blackboard tests. If you complete these 3 assignments and the tutorial task, for me, I think it will be fine. Then the other task that you need to complete maybe will be a test, an end of semester test, of which that one I will communicate how it will be completed. Did I answer you?
Thank you, Doc. I am covered. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks. Anyone with a question? Anyone with an issue that they want to bring to my attention? Okay, guys, thank you so much for connecting. Thank you so much for always being there in class. It has been nice having you in the sessions. Tomorrow I will not connect because you guys you need time to listen to the videos. So if you have any question, you can always contact me, whether on email or on the WhatsApp group. Feel free to contact me on email or even on the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Doc.
Thank
Before you
you.
leave, Doc,
Yes.
before you leave, Doc, when do we sign attendance register?
Attendance register, for some, I can see the names of people who have attended. But I have a problem with 3, I think you who have just said, there are 3 people that I'm not able to really know who are they. They are just written as unknown user. So maybe in the chat box, before you leave, just give me just sign the names, or just put in the names or your name, so that I will know who was in the session, especially those that didn't log in with their student accounts. Okay, so you can put it in the chat box.
Okay.
Doc,
Hello?
I'm having a challenge with this checkbox on my cell phone.
Yolanda, your name is indicating.
Okay, thank you, Doc.
Oh, all right. So your name is indicating. I can see that you attended. But there are 3 others. There are 3 people that I'm not sure of as to who they are.
Good day, Doc.
Yeah, especially you who have just said your name is indicated as unknown.
I wanted to clear that because I can't write on the message box.
Oh, okay.
So what must I do?
You can give us your name. It's
Okay, it's DAYI
DA.
Dayimani L.
Oh, okay. Then there are other two.
Are you seeing Nomhle, Doc?
Let me quickly check. Is she there? No place. I can see.
Okay. Hello, Doc.
Yeah.
Can you see Mandisa Sikwatan?
Mandisa Squatana.
Yes.
It's also unknown. So it's Sikwatana.
Yes, SIKW Sikwatan.
Mandisa, okay.
Yes.
So there is one now. With unknown also.
Doc.
Bui, so I can see.
Okay.
So I have Bui Swaglenda, Maiji, Nomhle, Yolanda. Is there anyone that I have missed there?
Yes, Doc, it's me, Nostelo, man.
Can you just spell your surname?
NGCE.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you so much. I think for my register, I'm covered. I will be able to compile it. I have kept the recordings, so it's easy to know who was attending and who was not attending. All right, thank you so much. Continue studying, complete my assessments, and submit them. If there's any challenge, please get in touch with me. Let me know so that we can find a solution together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doc. Bye.
Bye.
Doc.